Welcome back to the Red Comeback. It's your boy Chesco. I am here with Isaiah. I am here with Luis. And this is not the fifth time we have tried to do this.
The sixth time.
This is the first and only tribe we have ever, we're a one take Jakes here.
Yeah, it sounds like we're about to do it a seventh time.
We never make mistakes. And we are here to preview the main event between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Is his name Alexander?
Oh yeah, Alexander.
With the
Alexander.
O.
Alexander Usyk. And we are also going to go through a fight night that is headlined by who?
It's a Barbosa taking on Lerone Murphy.
Who is Lerone Murphy? We'll find out
Good
later.
questions.
Stay tuned. That's what in show business we call a cliffhanger.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, cliffhanger. But no, hey, do you think boxing's back?
Yeah. Oof.
Did you watch Loma versus Cambosos?
No, but I heard it was a good beating.
Like a drum, like,
I've never heard that.
like a drum. Like I'm telling. Well, George Cambosos, who this is what I was gonna say. Boxing's back until this came to mind. So George Cambosos beat Teofimo Lopez. I actually watched that fight. Did you watch?
Me too.
And I think he beat him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think he beat him. But it was one of those like perfect night versus terrible night.
What makes it perfect? What makes it terrible?
That George Cambosos had the perfect night. Teofimo Lopez had a terrible night.
Ah, okay.
'Cause-
Like all the pieces kind of came together for.
Yeah, because
George.
for Cambosos, who was a middle of the pack fighter, right? You would agree.
Yeah.
And then he beats Teofimo Lopez, who had just been the pound for pound king at that time.
Lomachenko. Yeah.
He had just been Lomachenko. And did you watch that fight?
Yes. did.
I think he
During
beat him.
COVID, right?
Yeah, during
Yeah.
COVID. I think he actually beat him. So everybody's like, Teofimo is the best, right? And then George Cambosos goes and beats him. And ever since then, George Cambosos hasn't done nothing but get beat up by everybody that comes around.
Yeah.
so after that, he lost to Devin Haney twice. He just beat somebody. I watched that fight. What was his name? The one he fought before Lomachenko.
Don't know.
But I feel like he lost that fight, and
Mhm.
I feel like they just gave it to him. And then he got the living hell beat out of him by Lomachenko. But it shows you to say all you have to do is win one fight to be able to make an incredible amount of money getting beat up by everybody else that is at the upper echelon.
Yeah, look at my worker.
I feel like what was that guy that what was his name? The heavyweight that fought Deontay Wilder and fought Ortiz. You know.
Oh yeah.
I think that's him and like George Cambosos. He
Mhm.
just goes and gets beat up by all the
All the
upper echelon.
heavyweights.
Yeah, all the upper echelon heavyweights. But
But he's
That's-
the only one that's fighting all of them.
yeah,
Like Haney, he's fought Haney, Teofimo, Loma. You didn't see anyone else doing that. But yeah, I get what you mean.
like when you were watching the fight, did you hear the commentary on it?
Loma and Campbell. I didn't watch highlights. I wasn't really.
So everybody's saying that, like it's like they try to trick us, like saying that okay, so Loma can now go fight Tank Davis, and then fight Shakur Stevenson, and then the winner of that can fight Tank Davis, and then they can all go fight Devin Haney. Yeah, like that happens in boxing. Like it's that simple. Like you just they haven't fought each other in the last
Yeah.
15 years. Like they're gonna fight each other, but if you think Tank would fight Lomachenko.
Maybe, but I think the fight that would probably happen if any of them is him and Shakur, just because they're both under. I don't know what that top rank.
Top rank.
Yeah, I think that's like gonna be the easiest fight to make.
Yeah, Lomachenko. Yeah, that is the easiest fight to make. Cause where is it? Oh, cause Tank is in PBC, right?
Yeah,
And
and he has a tough fight coming up too.
is he that good?
We'll see, but I think he's pretty good.
He's undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's undefeated. What's his name?
Gore. Frank Martin.
Frank Martin. Yeah.
Frank Gore.
I don't know why I thought it was Frank. Frank Gore's a football player, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but I want to see that. I don't think so. I think he gets knocked out.
Probably.
Like I was a skeptic of what's his name? Tank.
Tank.
I think he's legit.
Yeah.
I think he's legit. Like, remember we had a conversation that we thought that Devin Haney was probably beat off him.
Yeah.
I
Correct. Yeah.
don't believe that anymore.
I don't either. I think Tank's the best, probably at 135. Now he fights at 140 against maybe like a Tiafimo, maybe even the Ryan at 140. I think it's a different fight.
Yeah, maybe. But it's like
I just think he's the natural 135er.
But I think is that when you go up, I think it's easier to go up in weight and keep the power, right? Or actually bring more of it.
But you got to be slower.
You're gonna be a little slower, but it's like kind of. I think Deontay Wilder created that cheat code where it's like he could be losing every fight, and then eventually he's gonna catch you and knock you out. Like, I don't think we're gonna see it, which is a shame. Joshua Wilder, who you think would have won?
Wilder.
Me too. Like, I think that Joshua would have won most of the rounds, but eventually Wilder would have got him. I think that's kind of where we're getting to with
True.
with Tank Davis. But Usyk versus Fury. Are you excited for this fight at all?
I don't follow boxing too much.
Like, you have to.
It's the most excited I've ever been about a fight.
Okay, thank you. Like, so, because I need you to do more manly things. We're doing a manly podcast here.
Okay.
So, no more
Housewarming parties aren't manly.
no more housewarming parties. No more registries. You know he registered.
I
What-
did create a
what-
registry.
To vote or what?
That's
That's the only thing a man should register for. I'm with you. Like, that's the proper. No,
since I got a new house
he created a registry.
and I'm throwing a housewarming party, people, you should bring gifts to the housewarming party. So I registered on Amazon for things I wanted for the house.
Oh, like an Amazon wish list.
Exactly.
Don't only fangirls do
I mean, I'm sure they do that too, but they don't throw the party.
that? Like, yeah, they don't have to. They're smarter than you. Like, what you call it? I don't know. You like, okay, who's your best friend ever in life?
Like I had to say the name or what?
No, wait, do you have one?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Have you ever bought him a gift?
Food, maybe.
Yeah, that's as good as it gets. I'm like, are you expecting people to bring you things to them?
I've already gotten gifts.
Like, where are these people? Who do you talk to?
I mean, people
Like,
who give gifts apparently.
We'll talk about it in the next podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So Fury and Usyk, who do you got?
I'm gonna say Fury, but I'm not as excited as I would have been like probably a year ago.
Why?
I think it was mainly just because of how the Francis and Fury fight went down, like the result of it, like what happened in it. But I could tell that I understand that Fury probably wasn't training for that fight as he should have been.
Who do you think won that fight?
I think Ngannou won that fight.
You think Ngannou won that fight?
I do.
I think Fury won it, but I think he looked bad. Like,
It was really bad.
I just feel like when you expect somebody to outclass somebody, and they don't, you kind of start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still got Fury because I think he's a lot bigger than Usyk and he's younger than Usyk.
But it shocked me like that Usyk beat Anthony Joshua the way he did. Or do you think Joshua's just overrated?
I think Joshua's a little overrated.
Yeah.
I
Cause
don't think he's that good.
it was a little surprising what he did to Ngannou, but again, he's a good boxer. Even if he is overrated, he is a good boxer. But it was kind of shocking to see him do what he did to Ngannou. But what is crazy, it's kind of like in the UFC, because I don't know if you ever went back. I know you're too young, or I know you're the biggest fan of him that ever existed in life. But did you ever watch Brock Lesnar fights?
The only Brock Lesnar fight I did, I've watched him back now, but the only one that I watched like live was against Mark Hunt.
Oh, that's terrible.
The only one I watched the second time he fought Frank Mir.
He knocked him down in that one, didn't he?
Yeah.
And
He won that one.
he won that one. But what I'm trying to say is that you don't even have to be a good striker as a heavyweight. Like, they all can hit because they all weigh 600 pounds. So it's like it's not shocking that they have power. Like the only one that doesn't really have power is like Usyk, because he was like, what, like
He's the one under
a
the
cruiserweight, what is it? Yeah, like a cruiserweight. So it's shocking to see, because yeah, like even what's the guy that beat Joshua? The Mexican
Ruiz.
guy, Reese,
Andrew Ruiz.
Andrew Reese. He's like, it's crazy. He's pretty good. Have you seen him?
He's a big guy.
But like completely out of shape. There's some guys that you're like, okay, but he is.
He's the rocket story, huh? He came back. He got knocked down and he came back. He won the fight.
Against Joshua, yeah. And
see, I watched a little bit.
But he's like in really good like cardio shape.
It's weird when like big guys like that are either super flexible, super agile, or have very good cardio.
You know what I think? Maybe you could tell me, because you're in. I think they have like, because carbs are energy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have fat.
Yeah, but it's like when you lift a lot of weight.
Finish the sentence.
Okay, like. Okay, but if you're used to carrying that fat around.
Okay.
Then, plus you have energy, and you have cardio, and you're used to it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of fat people who carry the weight around.
Yes, but they don't have the energy. They don't train at it.
So,
like.
okay, so you think this is the training part, the athletic part about it.
Okay, let's
that makes them athletes.
Let's think of tanks, like actual tanks. Like, you watch basketball a little bit?
A little bit.
Jokic.
Or you mean like actual like stamina tanks? That's what you're talking about?
No. Like people who are huge. Like, okay, do you know who Charles Barkley is?
Mm-hmm.
That guy was a tank. Like.
Yeah, but he was skinnier back in the day.
No, well, they called him back in the day. He got his nickname was the round mountain rebound. Like, that guy had so much energy. He was at least above, his weight class when it came to, what you're supposed to be in basketball. Think about it. Basketball, all you do is run up and down for 48 minutes. And all you do is sweating for 48 minutes. And you do it 4 times a week. You should not be big. And
okay, you're saying that they shouldn't be big because they do so much.
But what I'm saying is that those guys are in incredible shape. Cardiovascular shape. They can jump. They're strong. And they can do everything a skinny guy could do.
Sometimes better.
But it's better because it's...
Other than like sneak through doors?
Because it's heavier. Well, I don't think you need that in basketball. So that's my point. And like that's kind of what Andy Ruiz is. That's kind of what Fury is a little bit, isn't he?
Yeah, I would say that, especially like when it comes to the bigger guys, I feel like if you're more chiseled, maybe your muscles need more oxygen.
Yeah, that's true.
So
wait, say it again. If you're more chiseled, they still have the same amount of muscle, just underneath all the fat.
Some have less body fat. Like Anthony Joshua has significantly less body fat than Andy Ruiz.
Okay, so then you're saying that
they don't necessarily have the same amount of muscle.
They'll probably have a very similar amount of muscle, probably even less.
So, you think Anthony Joshua and Andrew Ruiz have the same amount of
muscle? How much is they're in the same weight class, right?
Yeah.
Do they weigh around the same amount?
No,
I don't think so.
No, I don't.
Okay, let's look it up. Anthony Joshua. Wait.
Andy Ruiz. You think Andy's short for Anthony?
Andy.
That would be cool.
245 pounds.
Anthony Joshua, okay.
And then Andy Ruiz, right? Wait. 284. So yeah, they probably have around the same amount of muscle.
Well, one weighs 40 pounds less than the other.
Yeah, but it's called fat.
Okay, I don't get it.
What is it that you don't understand? What was the statement you made at first?
Why would they say have the same amount of muscle? If one is focusing on building muscle, the other one's not.
Or like if one lost 40 pounds, they probably look very similar to the other ones, right?
By the same height?
No, I don't think. Have you seen Anthony Joshua? Look at him.
Andy Ruiz is 6'2". Anthony Joshua is
6'6".
Probably. 6'6". That's a 4-inch difference.
Yeah, good job, Luis. Okay, so have you seen Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
And have you seen Anthony Reese?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Like, I don't see how those two guys can have the same amount of.
Of
Besides, like blood, I guess.
and Andy Reese is not unmuscular. The only
He
reason
is not what?
Wait, unmuscular. How would you? What would the?
No, but you saying he is not unmuscular?
Yes, that's a double negative. So that means he is muscular.
Unmuscular. What? He is not un. Okay, so he is unmuscular.
He is not unmuscular. He is unmuscular is definitely not a word.
Yeah, exactly. I know. You're saying he's muscular?
Under all the fat. If Andy,
Are you guessing or are you stating?
I'm stating
Why? Why do you say he has muscle?
because well, first of all, you have muscle. Now,
Yeah, everybody has muscle. What I'm saying is, when somebody looks like a Greek god, you would consider that they have more muscle.
you would assume
Wouldn't it be a correct assumption a lot of times?
no because I could be. How much you weigh? If you don't mind me asking.
I weigh 223.
223.
Yeah.
I weigh around 289.
You do not weigh 289.
I do weigh 289. I'm sorry, 189. I weigh 189.
Okay.
Right? So, if I was to gain, what does that be, 30 months, 33, 35 pounds of muscle, I would probably look very similar to you, just have muscle underneath.
Pounds of muscle or fat?
No, if I just gained 30 pounds of muscle,
I don't think you would look like me.
oh, sorry, 30 pounds of fat,
Okay.
I would probably look very similar to you. But underneath the muscle,
But don't
underneath
you
the
lose
fat,
muscle when you... You can lose muscle, right?
when you gain weight,
But no, you can lose muscle where
at any moment, yeah, you can lose.
Yeah.
I can lose muscle right now,
Exactly.
and you can gain muscle right now.
Okay, yes, but at that point, you'll be like, okay, there are similar levels of muscle or fat. But it's like, when you look at Andy Reese, who's not 5'8", by the way, who is 6'3", 6'2",
6'6". Andy Reese 6'2".
6'2", like, that's a pretty big dude.
Yes.
So, if he was in shape, he would weigh around 220, 210, right?
Maybe 220.
Yeah, 220, 215, right? Being, how tall are you?
Like 6 foot.
6 foot. And you're considered skinny, right? So, a person who's 6'2", in very good shape, in muscular shape, 210, 220 would be somebody who's in shape.
That would make sense, correct?
He weighs that. He weighs 280.
Okay.
He is 60 pounds above that. So, that's where I'm saying is like, of course, he has muscle mass, yes. But the power probably comes more from technique than muscle, right?
But I'm not debating that.
So, but my say is, why do you say he has the same amount of muscle as Anthony Joshua? That's why I don't agree.
I would say the similar amount of muscle. I would say maybe Andy Ruiz has less muscle than Anthony Joshua, but it's not going to be by a lot. I don't think so. The reason why you think that Anthony Joshua is such a Greek god is because of how cut he is.
Yeah.
So if Andy Reese was to get cut like Anthony Joshua, he would probably weigh around 220. He lost probably 60 pounds, and he would probably look very similar to Anthony.
But doesn't that have
Joshua.
to do with like the strength you have, the amount of things
No.
you can lift?
Look, there could be somebody that probably looks like he has less muscle than me, but is stronger than me.
Yes.
So it doesn't necessarily have to do with that. The way you look doesn't necessarily mean that you're stronger or less strong than somebody else.
But sometimes it can, though, right?
Of course, the correlation is there.
And that's my question. Isn't it more times than not? Are you talking about the exception or the rule?
I'm talking about two people within the same sport.
Okay.
Anthony Joshua and Andy
First
Reese.
of all, well, we're just assuming they hit the same, which may not even be the case, right?
Right.
So, which is, I think Andrew Reese has more power than Anthony Joshua. But we've all known that, for example, power a lot has to do with like, just, you know, the twitchness of the I don't know if that's called muscle or joints.
Yeah.
the size of your hands. Because a lot of people call that having heavy hands. I just think that it just means you have bigger hands than the other person. Density, bone density. None of that has to do with muscle, and of course technique. Like we always have, like in soccer, I hate when people always tell me, a stronger shot. Should he do legs? Your shot and the muscle in your leg has nothing to do with it. You can have the strongest legs in the world and kick like a bitch. Like if
true.
you don't have the technique, you're not gonna kick the proper way. I think punching is the same thing. A lot of you can do all the arms you want in the world. Punching has nothing to do with your arms. It all has to do with your technique. Punching comes from your entire body. If you can't put your entire body behind a punch, you're not punching correctly. So
And you're not gonna get the technique without practice. And that practice also builds muscle memory.
muscle memory. Now, that's what I'm saying. So I think just muscle wise, like if you lift a lot, you're gonna gain muscle, right?
Yes, inevitably.
I think it's
As
clear.
long as you're. Yes, sorry. Go
I
on.
think it's clear that Anthony Joshua lifts a lot. Now, Andrew Reese may lift a lot. We just don't know. We just don't. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he just hits the punching bag a lot.
I think it's a combination of Joshua maybe having a stricter diet regimen and as well as better genetics.
That's
It's a
true.
big factor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I feel like his muscles require more, just like Francis Ngannou. He gets tired easily. Look how big he is. How
Yeah,
cut
muscle
up he
does
is.
affect your cardio.
It can.
For,
I feel like.
for most part, no. Just look at boxing. I'm sorry. Just look at basketball.
Or even look at Diaz and McGregor. McGregor's looks like a Abercrombie Fitch model, and Diaz is flabby, skinny fat, as you would call it. And
Yeah, it seems like muscle does affect. Well, muscles do need oxygen, though. That's a fact, right?
Yeah.
And no, if you look, what if you do constant cardio, it's gonna be hard to build muscle, right?
Yes.
So you look at basketball players, it's rare that you find one that's built like a Greek guy. They're all skinny and
But
kind
that
of
has to do
lanky.
with genetics, though.
No, but it has to do with the fact that they're running up and down, burning an incredible
Oh, yes,
amount
yes,
of
yes. That too.
calories every
too.
single game.
That too.
And yeah, they lift, but they can't. They burn so much.
Right, right. The body is gonna
Yeah, that
go and give it to where it needs it the most.
exactly. So I think that's kind of the point of all the things. And all I'm trying to say is that I don't know. Fury doesn't have anything. Fury is somebody who looks.
He's the exception.
Fury is just very, very skilled. That's why I think Fury's gonna go his entire career undefeated. I feel like, you tell me if you think I'm wrong. I feel like Fury can fight both ways. He can fight going backwards. He can fight going forwards. He can fight. He has power. He has deceptive speed. He has incredible footwork. Like his jab. The worst I've ever seen him was against Ngannou. And I think he was a little tentative because obviously it seemed like he wasn't working as hard or obviously preparing as hard, which means that you're not as quick, you're not as sharp. And if Ngannou catches you, you're kind of out, which he did, right?
yeah,
So, yeah, I kind of have Fury.
I have Fury as well.
I fear it. But I am looking forward to it. I do think a little bit, because I was looking forward to the Munguia versus Canelo fight. I like I said, and I think Munguia did better than what people give him credit for. I really do. I don't think he fought bad. I just feel like Canelo was just better. I feel like it's gonna be a little of that. So I am looking forward to it. You wanna go over the fight night? The card?
Yeah. Yes. Start off with the first fight of the main card.
Mhm.
Luana Pinheiro versus Angela Hill.
Angela Hill fights every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I've said this again. And I think she has a negative record, if I'm not mistaken. What's her record?
16 and 13.
16-3.
16 and 13. Like, she has to be filthy rich.
She hasn't fought since November.
That's probably the longest layoff.
They probably paid her to take a layoff.
That's probably the longest layoff of her career, and she lost, right?
She won.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she lost against Dern.
Against Mackenzie Dern.
Mackenzie Dern.
Mackenzie Dern is just fine, man.
She only fought twice in last year. Yeah, she November and May. And then before that, December.
Damn, she's falling off.
Her and Jessica Andrade are like the same.
Her and Jessica Andrade. I was gonna say the same thing. I was surprised that Jessica Andrade didn't fight in 301. I know she fought in 300, but I expect her to fight in 301. Like, so, I'm just gonna say Angela Hill. No, I'm not gonna say Angela Hill. I don't believe that. Let me see. Who else? Angela Hill. Angela Hill is like, who will never get cut from the UFC?
Neil Magny.
Neil
Like a
Magny.
gatekeeper.
No, but Angela Hill's not even a gatekeeper. She's more like a garage keeper. Like, it's
What's that word?
like the back. You know, like,
Like,
nobody says, "Oh, you beat Angela Hill. Hey, you're ready for the top." That's kind of what a gatekeeper is, right? Like, if you could beat Neil Magny, you're like, oh, okay, you just beat a legit fighter. He's not a championship level fighter, but he's a legit fighter. Like, but Angela Hill, who's what, 20 and 21, something like that.
You're in the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah. You're nowhere near the gate, bro. You're by the stoplight. So, so I'm gonna go with the other girl. What's her name?
Luana Pinheiro.
Luana
Luana
Pinheiro.
Pinheiro.
She's cute.
Let me see. I'm not gonna say she's not because that's sexist, and we don't objectify women here.
It's sexist to say somebody is not pretty.
Yeah, we're in the Me Too movement.
So everybody has to be pretty.
If we objectified women in this podcast, which we don't,
Okay.
I would disagree with you. Put it that way. I would disagree with you.
What is objectifying? Saying if they're pretty or not?
Minimizing her to her looks.
That's objectifying.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
you're judging her as an object.
But you're not. Well, I'm not minimizing her. I'm just saying that's one of her attributes. No, the only attribute, but one of her attributes.
But that's objectifying. It's like saying.
So then, by that
Like
point,
saying that's a cool camera.
so by that same logic, I can't say she's a good fighter.
No, because that's a skill set. That's not a exterior or just what can we call it, superficial.
But so if I was to say she's smart,
Again, that's not superficial. Like, do you know what superficial means?
on the surface, but that's still
Yeah.
objectified. As an objective opinion.
No, the point. No, it's not about the objective. It's about her turning her into an object.
Okay.
Not an objective opinion.
So it just by using adjectives that have to do with her looks. That it's
Describing like the same you would describe a picture, or the way you describe a car, or the way.
So if I was to say I like your outfit, that's objectifying.
Exactly.
That's stupid. Who invented that?
The Me Too movement. That's what I said.
I don't think that's by the Me Too movement. I think that's feminism. Feminism is not.
No, that is the Me Too movement, because if you
No, the Me Too movement has nothing to do with objectifying women.
absolutely, because if you cannot harass a woman,
That's a harassment, though.
it is her.
It's
Yes.
a compliment.
Okay, yeah, but if she says that you harassed her,
Did she say that?
well, I don't know. I haven't
Okay,
talked
then
to her. That we don't want her to say that. That's what I'm saying. We're not saying that on this podcast. Like, because if she comes out and said he harassed me by, talking about my looks, that becomes the Me Too movement.
But in order to harass somebody, don't you have to say it to them? Don't you have to be?
No,
How can you harass somebody without having contact with them?
but if you put something in a public medium
Okay.
about them
Okay.
constantly,
But this is the first time I've ever said this.
but you repeat it like 4 times. That's constant.
No, I've said it once, and I asked
Yeah,
questions
you-
about if I said certain things.
Exactly, but you repeated it.
I could say she's ugly.
And
That,
then-
that would still be
All right,
objectifying
see,
her.
now you added, that's like the 5th.
But that would be objectifying her as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I'm just explaining the rules to you, and you refuse to follow them. So, in other words,
I'm indifferent about the way that she looks.
there we go.
There we go.
See? I don't see you as a object. I see you as the next person who's gonna be Angela Hill. Okay, so what's the next fight?
Adrian Yanez versus Vinicius Salvador.
Yo, man, they're just putting fighters who like to lose now.
Yeah.
So Adrian Yanez has to come on, H-Town, baby.
Especially to this guy who's 0-2 at flyweight. He's fighting a bantamweight.
0-2 at flyweight, and he lost 10 more pounds. That can't be good. Normally, don't you go up?
No, he did go up. He was at flyweight.
Oh, he was at flyweight. Yeah. Okay, so he went up.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Vinicius Salvador. From Brazil.
This guy looks like a skinnier version of Andrew Tate.
Oh.
Is that objectifying?
A little bit.
No. Can I do it to guys, or is that part of the Me Too movement?
It's still part of the Me Too movement because I think you would agree to this that you have feminine tendencies.
I would not.
Let's point to the housewarming party.
That's a feminine
Tune
tendency?
into the Record podcast where we're going to go in depth about this. So now he can feel like... Because I know you're straight.
Okay.
For the most part. But he doesn't. You know what I mean?
Vinicius Salvador.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he may be like... This guy may be like hitting him.
By saying that he looks like a skinnier version
Of Andrew Tate,
Andrew
yeah.
Tate.
Because Andrew Tate, I guess, in the world of, is considered to be a good-looking guy, right?
But then now you're making an assumption that I find him attractive.
Oh, but it's just like, again, the general consensus.
So if I was to say he's a skinnier version of Chesko, and you're right.
That's objectifying.
That's like the ultimate.
That's definitely objectifying. That's definitely objectifying. It's like
What a compliment I've given to Vinicius, huh?
me and Leo. DiCaprio, that is. All right,
Okay.
Vinicius Salvador. Hey, look, man. I think he loses because bad decision making. Vinicius Salvador. The last division that I want to go to after I lost 2 in a row is the bantamweight division. Like, bantamweight division is just stacked, and I would go to 45 because all you gotta do is win one fight and you make like the top 10. So, like, I would go to 45 and just fight kind of anybody. Like, 45 is probably the least stacked division.
Light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight. Yeah,
Light heavyweight.
Yeah, probably light heavyweight, 45 around there. So
I think you gotta fight Max Holloway and points to the ground.
yeah, just don't fight Max Holloway. Like,
They're both coming off a 2-fight loss streak.
yeah, Adrian Yanez lost to Rob Font, and then he got used as a soccer ball. By what's his name, Martinez.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, I want Adrian Yanez to win.
Yeah, me too. I think he's gonna win.
Adrian Yanez was about to be ranked. Was he ever ranked?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I think he was ranked.
It was like
When he fought Rob Font, I think he was ranked. And then Rob Font, beat him like a drum. And then Joseph Martinez kicked the hell out of him for 2 rounds. So, who's next?
Demba Gorimbo versus Ramiz Brahimaj.
Hey, can you help me here with why in the hell is Adrian Yanez fighting before these 2 guys?
I don't know.
Who are these 2 guys?
This guy, so one of them is called Themba Gorimbo, and the other one is Ramiz Brahimaj.
The Themba guy got a house from The Rock, so he must be important.
How do you know that? Is that something? Where'd you read that?
YouTube. I read it on YouTube.
Okay.
Is he undefeated?
No, he's 12-4. He's undefeated in the
He's
UFC.
12-4, yes.
Is he undefeated in the UFC? No, he's not undefeated.
I think. No, he's not undefeated. in the
What
UFC.
division is this?
Welterweight.
155?
170.
Oh, 170? That division's also a little stagnant.
The 170?
Honestly, that division is so stagnant, they're giving Bilal Muhammad a shot. Like, Dana White is stalling as long as he can to not have to make Bilal Muhammad fight Leon Edwards. But there's nobody else. So, they're waiting for Shavkat and Neil Magny. I'm sorry, not Neil Magny. What the hell what's his name? The guy who married the wife's ex-husband's. Ian Gary.
Gary, yeah.
Ian Gary. For those 2 to kind of do something. You think they'll make him fight? I don't think so.
Who?
Neil Magny. Why do I keep calling him
Neil Magny? Ian Machado Gary.
Ian Gary and Shavkat?
I think Ian's gonna fight.
Kobe?
I think either that or he'll fight like Michael Venom Page or something. I think Shavkat's gonna fight Jack Madalena.
Jack de la Madalena. Who, Shavkat?
Yeah,
He'll kill him.
I think that's what's happening.
Shavkat will kill him.
I already have like my theory on the rest of like the pay-per-views for the rest of the year.
All right.
We got the end. We got the end video.
Oh, at the end of it? Okay. All right. What's the next fight?
Kalen Williams versus Carlston Harris.
Why are they
Coleman.
fighting before?
Yours says Kalen Williams?
Kalen, I think it's supposed to be Chaos, right?
Chaos Williams, yeah.
Mine says Kalen. I don't know why.
Oh, I thought it was a girl.
No.
Oh, Chaos Williams. I know him.
Yeah.
Versus?
Carlson Harris.
They refuse to put ranked people in this fight now.
They've had a couple ranked
Still
people,
better
but-
card than 301.
So true. That's so
I
true.
think 301 wasn't that bad. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I think the results weren't that bad. Which ultimately, I think that's what matters is how the
Yeah.
fights are.
Yeah, I
Rather
don't think it was
than
that bad.
Who's on it?
I was expecting worse.
There,
Pull it?
That's what she said.
there you go.
Yeah, I was expecting worse. But let's go with Chaos Williams because I don't know the other guy. Do you know the other guy?
No.
So yeah, let's go with Chaos Williams. What's Chaos Williams' record?
14-3.
What is he a heavyweight?
No, he's a
Welterweight.
Damn, he looks huge.
He does look huge. He looks very, very big.
Who has he fought that I know?
Randy Brown.
Don't know him.
Oh,
I do know Randy Brown. Never mind.
I know he fought Michelle Pereira a couple years ago.
Yeah, the lose, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Michelle Pereira, isn't he like on a 15-fight win streak?
Yeah.
And how is he ranked 13th? Like,
The middleweight. Oh, I think it's he changed weight divisions. So yeah, I guess like restart.
but Davison Figueroa was ranked like 5th in in the bantamweight for some reason. So it's like I don't get it. But yeah, let's go with Chaos
8-5
Williams.
win streak.
8-5 win streak. What was the last fight he lost?
Who?
He lost in 2020 against Diego Sanchez.
God damn. That's a random pull. That's probably the last fight Diego Sanchez won.
Yep. The last fight he had was in 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he just fought one person after him, and then he said, "You know what?
Who did he fight?
For the loss,
Uh-huh.
Matthews. Full name Jake Matthews,
Damn, Diego.
the Celtic kid.
R.I.P. Diego. All right, and what's the main event?
The main event is
Edson Barboza versus Lerone Murphy.
Is Laurent Murphy?
14.
Undefeated.
He's ranked number
Undefeated.
14. Undefeated.
He's ranked number 14?
Yeah.
And what is Edson Barboza ranked? Like 7?
12.
12? God damn.
Yes.
There's some random ass rankings in the 145 division. Like, Doug Nasty is probably ranked like 10th. Like, what is he ranked?
11.
He's ranked
on UFC
11th.
website.
Who can you give me the 145 rankings?
145. From the bottom or from the top?
From the bottom.
Okay. Sodiq Yusuf, Diego Lopez, Dan Ige, Edson Barbosa, Bryce Mitchell, Calvin Cater, Giga Chikadze,
Chikadze?
Aljamain Sterling, Josh Emmett, Arnold Allen, Officer Evlov, Yari Rodriguez, Brian Ortega, Max Holloway, Alexander
Why is
Volkanovski.
Giga Shikatsa in front of Edson Barboza?
Because he beat him.
Well, that was like 8 years ago. Like, and that's the last fight he won, I think.
Yeah, sure.
like, why is he in front of Edson Barboza? And then he got the hell beat out of him by Calvin Cater.
Oh, yeah, and then he's above Calvin.
Yeah, by Calvin Cater, and he's above him. Like, Calvin Kattar beat him nasty for like 5 rounds.
Yeah.
It was, and he has not been the same since. Brian Ortega fights once every 6 years, and he is still ranked what? 3.
Right, number 3, yeah.
From
No,
2000.
but he just fought not too long ago.
Since 2014, Brian Ortega has won 3 fights. I am not exaggerating about that.
He won 2020 against Jung,
That's
Korean
2.
Zombie.
That's 2, and the last one was Frankie Edgar.
Yeah.
So
In 2018, he's won 3
so
fights.
it's like, why is he still ranked? Like, can somebody answer me that question? Like, and
Hey, that's 3 and 3. 3
3
won
and
3.
3.
Won 3, lost 3.
Yes.
Hey, but also the 3 fights that he's lost.
like, Luis just said that like that's a positive. Like he's 50, he's 500 for the last 8 years, and he's ranked number 3. Like, so if somebody can answer me that question, it would be. And the thing is, he loses the fight, and then he goes on a hiatus.
Yeah.
For 5 years. Everybody in that division fights and wins, and nobody overlaps.
It's Max Holloway, man. He puts them right back down.
Yeah, that's true.
That division's just so stacked, man.
That division's just weird. I'm sorry.
The first 5 is stacked, and then from there it's like.
I was in the first 3.
Talk about Max Holloway. Did you guys watch the roast?
I watched like the first.
I saw he was there. I didn't really watch the whole thing, the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah, Tom Brady roast.
I watched like the first 40 minutes, but then I saw it was like 3 hours long. I was like,
It was good. It was.
It was on
It was
Netflix?
funny.
on Netflix.
It was funny.
very, very funny.
I'll put it on right now. But I'm gonna go with Edson Barboza. I don't believe these undefeated guys.
I'll go with Edson.
Yeah, like I don't believe these undefeated guys. I'm sorry. Like, who have you fought? Like,
Okay, I mean, I guess technically you are undefeated if you got a tie because nobody defeated you.
it's not technically you. Definitely.
Yeah.
But
I feel like if you got a tie, then that's
the
not-
guy that just fought Anthony Smith was undefeated, right?
Yeah. He got guillotined and what?
In like in 30 seconds. it was crazy. So, all right. Okay. So, what's your theory? Let's end on this. What's your theory
Okay.
for the rest of
This is
the
my theory /
prediction?
/ what I think they should do towards the end of it.
Oh, also suggestion.
Yeah. Got Poirier and Islam in June 1st. Then McGregor, Chandler. Then 304 is in England. I think it's going to be Leon and Bilal. Maybe Aspinall. I don't know against who though. Maybe I'll like to see Pereira.
You think Patty fights on that one?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Patty does.
Patty has some good fights that he could fight.
Yeah. I think he'll fight Bobby Green.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
He probably wins that though.
Maybe, yeah.
Who just called him out?
Moicano. Called him out
Not
too.
Moicano, somebody else called him. I think in this last pay-per-view. I forgot who it was. But anyway.
Yeah, and then the one in August is in Perth or Australia or whatever. I think that's gonna be Adesanya Duplessis. Maybe Volkanovski Topuria rematch.
Okay.
And then September is the Sphere. I got O'Malley fighting Merab, Coleman, Alexa Grasso, and Shevchenko.
Like 9, right?
It's like the NBA best of 7.
Yeah.
And then October, Islam Arman, and then Hamzat versus the winner of Strickland and Costa. And that's simple. And then November is Jones and Stipe, Coleman, Pennington versus Kayla Harrison.
You think they're gonna skip up Juliana Pena?
Probably.
That would be a walkthrough. They could probably put 6 fights on that main card, but that's gonna be about 30 seconds.
And then December's on I really. Maybe McGregor wins.
No, he's
Leon-
not turning around that quick.
You don't think
don't
McGregor
think
wins? But
If McGregor wins like decisively, like on the
if
first, second
McGregor
round,
wins, Leon wins. I can see that fight
You
happening.
think so?
Yeah.
I think But December, this is more of a hope than a probability. Holloway to Poirier in December.
Yeah, I think so. The only thing that I had this whole like thing kind of like figured out, but the only thing that tripped me out today was that Topuria put like, "Oh, I have a date for Spain." So that's the only thing that kind of like.
He's lying, man. People lying.
Yeah, which I think so, but you never know. They
Nah,
could put 2 pay-per-views in July because they're not coming to the U.S. They could put 2 pay-per-views in October.
But they can't put it 2 pay-per-views in July because June is June
Yeah,
1st to
that's
June
true.
29th.
If it's in Spain, it'll be in July,
June.
and they already have 2 in June.
Do they have any? Which ones do they have in July? 3 or 4?
Yeah, in England.
And they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, because they would have to be like back to back, like
Yeah.
2 weeks apart.
I think like maybe. I feel like
They're not gonna do December.
I feel like they're gonna go to Spain. The other one that they'll be that same month will be here. So I think September or November, but I doubt it'll be November.
In September, I don't think it'll be November. September
Is the Sphere?
is the Sphere, so that one possible. However, Volkanovski won't be ready in September,
But
and neither will Holloway.
yeah, but if you, that's us saying that Volkanovski, if he gets offered the fight, he's gonna accept it, knowing Volkanovski.
Well, didn't he already say no?
I think
No.
he said Topuria said no.
Yeah, but he said that he didn't want. He wanted to fight later in the year.
True.
Like, if there's no way they let Volkanovski fight in September.
They
It'll be
shouldn't.
ridiculous. for Volkanovski to fight in September, it's like just engaging saying he's fighting in September. So
He needs to wait it out until at least until next year.
and Max Holloway won't fight in September,
True.
and that's why I don't think they're doing Spain. Like, Spain's infrastructure is not. Spain is small. Just like they say, the infrastructure of Hawaii is hard. Okay, well, Spain has better infrastructure than Hawaii. However, like, you don't. That's why the skepticism with going to do a pay-per-view in England is a problem. For you to do it in a big venue, you have to do it outside. It rains all the time in England. Spain has a similar issue. Like, where it doesn't rain as much, but it's very dewy. They call it that.
Do we?
Yeah, like it's very like soggy. It's like humid.
Okay, humid. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's like
The humid's the only word that actually.
soggy.
Yeah, but soggy. So I don't think of soggy when I think of weather.
It's just very humid. Like like raining is a constant there.
Yeah.
So, I think for Spain, a lot of planning has to be done. I don't think they're gonna just do it out of a whim. And like, I also think for them to go to Spain, it would have to be Max Holloway or it would have to be Topuria. I'm sorry, it would have to be Volkanovski, and I don't think neither of them. I think Topuria, Holloway, in Vegas on December makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so I don't know. Because that December card used to be my favorite card. Because they used to always fight like December 30th, 29th. Like, it used to be like a New Year's card every year. And now they do it like on December 15th. And you don't have nothing from the UFC for like 3-4 weeks. So I get it, they're giving their people vacations, but we want things to do during our vacation. Like, but anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please follow our, what do we have?
Instagram, TikTok,
Instagram and TikTok. What is it called?
Red Combat.
The Red Combat.
Once I make it.
Oh, it's not up here.
I was about to ask you.
That's what it'll be called.
Please
Well,
go
we don't know
follow
that. Because if it's taken,
Yeah, that is taken,
Yeah,
but
that is
yeah,
taken.
we'll see.
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, please comment, like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Peace.